tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. What is this flaming breath and of fire, blast of fire, and sparks and tempests gonna do? Verse 10. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight. This is all the nations, armies, navy, marines, and air force, prepared to fight on Mashiach Yahushua. And burned them up. You hear that? And burned them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of a innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So we see in this vision. That's the conclusion of the whole matter right there. So when you look at Revelations, go back to Revelation 19 again. And verse 15. Out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the almighty power. So what is this talking about? When you go to Isaiah, the 63rd chapter, it says, who is this that cometh from Edom? So with dyed garments from Basra. Like I said, Basra is the capital city of Edom. So who is this that's coming from Edom? Right? We just went over Edom, which represent the Caucasian race. So for this to happen, you got to understand, it tells us in the second Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world. Meaning Esau would have to be ruling when? At the end of the world. And Jacob's the beginning of it that followeth. That's why we got next. That's the children of Israel. But Esau is the end of the world. So this is the judgment that's coming to the world, the end of the world that we're in now, that Mashiach Yahushua is going to bring about through the power of the Most High. That's why it says, Isaiah 63 and 1. Remember, it says he treaded the winepress of the fierceness of the wrath of the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So here it is in Isaiah 63 and 1. It says, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness. See me come in righteousness. Mighty to save. Mighty to save someone. Save who? Hold that. Get Luke 1:68. Blessed be the Most High power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. That's who we got to come and save, his people, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, and have raised up an horn or power of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. Like we just read, Mashiach Yahushua came out of the tribe of Judah. David's of the tribe of Judah. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we, the children of Israel, should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. That's salvation. Being saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. That's why he's coming. As you read verse 1. Mighty to save. Save the children of Israel from the enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. Verse 2 of Isaiah 63rd chapter. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel? Why are you red in your apparel? Why is your clothes red? And thy garment like him that treadeth the wine fat? See? Remember, he gonna tread in the wine press with the power and fierceness and wrath of the Most High. I have trodden the wine press alone, and of the people there was none with me. Say, nobody's gonna be with them. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments. That's why his garments are red. And I will stain all my raiment. Their blood's going to be on his garments. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart. The day of vengeance in his mind and the year of my redeemed is come. See? That's why he's coming to judge and make war, to set righteousness up on this earth. And the year of his redeemed, another name for his chosen, for the elect of the Most High, the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, is come. And I looked, and there was none to help. And I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury, it upheld me. And I will tread down the people. And you know, God's going to tread down people, so people's blood going to be upon him. I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury. And I will bring down their strength to the earth. We just read about it. The army, the navy, the marines, and the air force of all the nations. The Edom being over all the nations, as they're going to be fighting each other, to stop fighting the fight of Mashiach Yahushua. And he's going to burn them up, every one. It says he ain't saving none of them. He says he's going to burn every one up, so ain't going to be nothing but dust and smell of smoke. That's the conclusion of the whole matter. So once you don't have no army, no navy, marines, no air force, you ain't got your might, your strength no more. That's what I say, who gonna bring me down to the ground? We just reading about it. He said, I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk with my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth. See? Going back to Obadiah. They asked the question. In verse 3, the pride of thine heart have deceived them. See, the pride of their mind has deceived them. Thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock. Come on. Caucasian mean what? Caucasian. Over pertaining to the Caucasus Mountain region, between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea in South Georgia, Russia. That's where the main habitation that they came from. In the clefts of the rock. Cavemen. Cave people. Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, said in his mind, who shall bring me down to the ground? We just read about it. Mashiach Yahushua. And get another one in Revelation 18th chapter. And we're going to read verse 5. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities, the things that she have done. That's contrary to his rules and regulations, his laws, statutes, and commandments. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double, because we got double. As the children of Israel, he gave us double. So it's just a just judgment for them when they get double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. How much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow. Nobody ever attacked me, and shall see no sorrow. That's what she said in her heart. That's what say, who's going to bring me down to the ground? Same thing she's saying right here. I see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. What's going to come? Death and mourning and famine, food shortage, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Most High power who judges her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her. They're going to bewail. They're going to be crying over her, over America, and lament for her when they shall see what? The smoke of her burning. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that great city America, that mighty city America. For in how long? 1 hour is that judgment come. It'll take 1 hour. See, don't get it twisted, because y'all looking for something that you can look up in the sky and say, oh, here come a Mashiach Yahushua, you know, someone you can deal with. But he told you this in Isaiah 47:3. Thy nakedness, meaning Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, meaning all the wickedness that you're exposing to the world is being seen. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. See, we as the Israelites exposing all these things and following the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments of how wicked you are and doing the things that you're doing that's contrary to the laws of the Most High. Listen, I will take vengeance, he said. I will take vengeance, and I will not, I repeat, he said, I will not meet thee as a man. See, you killed him once as a man. And that was for the sins of the children of Israel. But he said, I will not meet ye as a man. He ain't coming as a man. For our Redeemer, the power of hosts is his name. The Holy One of Israel. The power of armies. That's why he's going to tear down all your armies. The Navy, the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force. Just say he's going to flatline them all. Ain't going to be nothing but dust and smell of smoke. That's the conclusion of the whole matter. Ain't nothing can change this. Because it's already written. It's going to happen. It's prophecy. That's why I said, sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. Remember, he said, listen what it says. I was wroth with my people. Most I say he was wroth with his people. See, I have polluted mine inheritance. He polluted us. That's why our minds not washed. I've not been washed. We're not brainwashed, but our minds are polluted, brain polluted. Because the Most High polluted our minds by giving us to these Gentiles. And right now, the Edomites, they're the superpower of earth. Remember, Esau is the end of the world. You see? He polluted his inheritance, who are the children of Israel, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Upon the our old people. Going through it. Behind Esau. And thou said, what they say, I am a lady forever. I shall be a lady forever. So that thou didst not lay these things in thy heart. Neither does remember the latter end of it. That's what we talk about, the last days. They ain't think about the last days and what's going to happen. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, and that dwelleth carelessly, that said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment. In one day, the loss of children and widowhood, meaning you're going to kill them men. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries, all this witchcraft and sorcery that they're bringing forth in these last days, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Got people following you under your enchantments, your witches and your warlocks, everything you got going on, palm readers and psychics and all that. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, see? Thou hast said, none seeth me. Say, nobody sees me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. See? Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it rises. Who gonna bring me down, it says. Most High said, evil shall come upon thee. They ain't gonna know where it's coming from. And mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off. You ain't gonna be able to turn this away. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. I mean, you're gonna start taking everything you have away from you. Say, stand now. Also, I say, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If thou be able, if thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. You think you're going to prevail over what the Most High has already written in prophecy. He said, let them help you. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly procrastinators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. So let all these things you trust in save you. Esau, Edomites. He said, behold, they shall be as stubble. You say Esau gonna be as stubble, dried up tumbleweeds. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. This prophecy. They're not gonna deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants. From thy youth they shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee. They're going to, like I say, look, Revelation 18 and 9, and the kings of the earth who have committed a fornication and lived illicitly with her shall bewail her and lament of her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. So he's standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth her merchandise anymore. See? Done. Look, verse 15. And the merchants of these things, all these things that they've been able to live deliciously off of America with, your ships coming in and out continually. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing and saying, Alas, alas, that great city America that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is gone to naught, so great riches is gone to nothing. And every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? What city is like unto great America? And they cast dust upon their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city America. Over and over again, you keep hearing it. That great city America, America, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea for reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. See? Going back to Obadiah. Verse 3, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, Who shall bring me down to the ground? We just showed you. It can go more and more into that. But that's enough. Say, now it's giving you a clear indication of what it's talking about. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, come on. The post office, what's the symbol for the post office? The eagle. What's the symbol for America? The bald eagle. They put on their flags, everything. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, I mean, what they have up in the sky? Space station, right? Thence will I bring thee down, said the Most High Power. That's why they coming down. See, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? I mean, come on, what he's saying? You're the big thief. You stole from the south to the north, to the east, to the west. Come out of Caucasus Mountain, you stole Europe, ran the Japhetic people into the islands, came here to Americas, Canada, America, Central and South America, the islands. Stole, you stole America from the indigenous people, Israelites that was here on the land. Say, when you leave some grapes, when you leave some? No. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And that's what the Most High is doing right now when you look at it, because go to Revelations, the 12th chapter. And we look at verse 15. And it says, the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman. So this serpent represents Esau also. Because when you read Revelation 12:3, it says, and there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon. So remember, Esau came out in Genesis 25:25, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. So this is a red dragon, right? Having 7 heads and 10 horns. Who are the 7 heads? The 7 leading empires of the Edomites. The Greeks, the Romans, the Spanish, the French, the Germans, the Russians, the British. And America came out of the British. So that's the 7 heads. And the 10 horns is the EEC, the European Economic Community, or the European Community, or NATO today. I mean, any way you want to look at it. Working together. Now, what color is the dragon? Red. Now, verse 9. And the great dragon, which was what? Verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon. So the dragon is red. And the great dragon, which is red, was cast out. That old serpent, so the old serpent had to be red. Called the devil, so the devil had to be red. And Satan had to be red, which is see the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So these are the children of the devil, or Satan. That's what we call him, the devil. Because they're all what? Red. So now it says in verse 15, and the serpent who was red, who Esau represent, remember the most out through Mashiach Yahushua, Satan told him, Mashiach Yahushua showed him all the kingdoms of the earth when he was down, fasting for 40 days, said all should be down if you do what? Worship me. So it says the serpent, that same serpent, that same old deceiver, cast out of his mouth water as a flood. Lies. Lies. After the woman who is the children of Israel. When you read Jeremiah 6:2, I liken the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. Symbolically. So these lies came after the woman. That's why our people believe in Caesar Borgia. That so-called white image that you set up as being Mashiach Yahushua, who was a blue-black man. So dark like he burned in the furnace. But y'all set yourselves up to represent a Mashiach Yahushua. And you set these lies from slavery to our people so they can believe that you are the Most High, so-called white man. That you are Mashiach Yahushua. Here it is. I mean, lies after a flood after Israel. 1 Maccabees 3:48. 1 Maccabees 3:48. And laid open the book of the law, which is the Bible, wherein the heathens had sought to paint the likeness of their images. Now you can't, I gotta keep showing y'all this because a lot of you, here you are right here. I'm laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathens sought to paint the likeness of their images. Here it is right here. Here it is right here, all throughout the Bible. It's all Edomites. We do not represent it at all, and we the people of the book. Look. There it is right there. Laid open the book of the Bible, wherein the heathen sought to paint the likeness of their images. Wisdom of Solomon 15:4. For neither did the mischievous invention of men deceive us, nor an image spotted with diverse colors, the painter's fruitless labor, like Caesar Borgia. The second son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome, Rodrigo Borgia, that they painted to represent a Mashiach Yahushua, the new so-called white Jesus Christ. But he's not a Mashiach Yahushua. Listen, for neither did the mischievous invention, Wisdom of Solomon 15:4, of men deceive us, nor an image spotted with diverse colors, the painter's fruitless labor, the sight whereof entice fools to lust after it. So you're a fool to lust after Caesar Borgia, that so-called white image. And so they desire the form of a dead image that have no breath. See, our power is living on the right-hand side of the Most High. We just read about him coming to judge and make war. The Mashiach Yahushua. But they desire a dead image, like y'all getting ready to celebrate so-called Christmas. It has nothing to do with a Mashiach Yahushua. That's Nimrod's birthday. But y'all desire an image of a dead man. Been dead. For neither did the mischievous invention of men deceive us, nor an image spotted with diverse colors, the painter's fruitless labor, the sight whereof entice fools to lust after it. And so they desired a form of a dead image, that hath no breath. Both they that make them, they that desire them, and they that worship them, are lovers of evil things, and are worthy to have such things to trust upon. See? And that's what you're dealing with. When you're dealing with Caesar Borgia. See, it's and here it is, like it's saying. And the woman, Revelation 12 and 15, and the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood, lies, after the woman who was Israel, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood of the lies. Until this day, our people have a problem with us telling them that Mashiach Yahushua was not this so-called white man, Caesar Borgia. Now, Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. For the devising of idols, like Caesar Borgia, was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them, the corruption of life. See, that's why I say they sent these lies after us as a flood. You know how a flood is. Continual lying and lying and lying to us until this day, bringing about spiritual fornication against us. Because they know that if we don't follow the Most High's laws, the Most High won't be with us. So they figure that they'll continue to reign over us continually by bringing these lies and flooding us with all these different lies. Listen, for neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. We smashing them. For by the vainglory of men they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end. That's right. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he had made an image of his child, soon taken away, now honored him as a god. Rodrigo Borgia. Caesar Borgia died before his son, Caesar Borgia. That picture that y'all got setting up in your house and your churches and everywhere. As Caesar Borgia, he died. And his father set him up as a god until this day. Was then a dead man and delivered to those that went under him ceremonies and sacrifices. Thus in process of time, an unrighteous custom grown strong was kept as a law, and graven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings, who men could not honor in presence, because they dwelt far off. Just like that picture is way over here in America. And they still honoring him as a god. They took the counterfeit of his visage from far. So people are still taking the counterfeit of Caesar Borgia's image from far. I just showed you in that Bible. And made an express image of a king whom they honored, to the end that by this their forwardness they might flatter him that was absent, as if he were present, by this image of Caesar Borgia. See? Also, the singular diligence of the artificer did help to set forward the ignorance to more superstitions. For he peradventure, willing to please one in authority, forced all his skill to make it the resemblance of the best fashion, to draw it the best he could of Caesar Borgia. And so the multitude, allured by the grace of the work, took him now for a god, which a little before was but honored as a man. Talking about Caesar Borgia. This dude was ruthless, y'all. Had sex with his sister Lucretia. All you gotta do is look up on Showtime the Borgias, Borgia. Yes. They call them the first crime family. There's only 5 people in that Last Supper picture. Caesar's in there 4 times, his brother's in there 4 times, his mama and his sister Lucretia and his daddy in there 3 times. Make up them 13 people. See? But we don't understand it because we sitting around here, like I said, we following the flood of lies that they done put upon us, as the scriptures say they would do. Book of Solomon 14 and 21. And this was an occasion to deceive the world. Remember it tells us in Revelations 12 and 9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, right here on the earth. And his angels were cast out with him. His followers is right along with him until this day. Verse 21 of Wisdom of Solomon 14. And this was an occasion to deceive the whole world. For men serving either calamity or tyranny did ascribe unto stones and stocks the incommunicable name, Caesar Borgia. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace. See? And that's why you look at go back to Isaiah 47 and 5. It said, sit thee silent, meaning be quiet, Esau, Edomites, and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, but thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. Talking about America. And the Edomites, that's the superpower of earth. He said, sit down silent and get thee into darkness. That's why most people, by them flood of lies they brought forth, this is what they brought forth, as they told them to get into darkness. The Most High told them to get into darkness, meaning ignorance. Isaiah 60:2, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. Isaiah 60:2. The ignorance shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. Gross ignorance the people. Through who? Through Esau. Through the Edomites. But the Most High shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Those are the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. So let's go back to Obadiah. Verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. See? The men that were at peace with them have deceived them and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There was none understanding in him. See? They just playing right along with you, Esau. But to let you know, they're going to wound you. Your friends, your so-called friends, that you think is at ease with you. So they laying a wound under you. I mean, they're going to destroy you. These nations are coming together. As we're speaking right now, to come against them. But this is what's written. I mean, everybody had a chance to rule. Those nations had a certain time to rule. It's the time of the end of the world as we know it now. Let's look at Amos 9 and 8. Let's go over to the next prophet before Obadiah. It says, behold, the eyes of the Most High are upon the sinful kingdom. And America is a sinful kingdom. And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. And we just read in 1 hour. Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. He ain't saying about no house of Moab or Ammon or Ham or Elam or Ishmael. He say, I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, our forefather, who is Israel. Because 1/3 of us going to be saved. Who said it? Said the Most High. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. Because he scatters among all nations. We're going to sift us get us from all these other nations. Like as corn is sifted in the sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. The least is the 1/3. 2/3 are people going to die, as they tell us next verse. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. He's going to kill 2/3 of our people. But he's going to destroy this place, as it is written. Because his eyes are upon this sinful kingdom. And he's going to destroy it from off the face of the earth. That's why we as the Israelites, the Most High prophesied, and this is what we're doing. Little by little. Those that's in the spirit of the Most High. Look at Jeremiah 1 and 10. He says, see, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down and to build and to plant. That's what we're doing, man. That's why we got to gather ourselves together as a nation, as one nation that's not desired. Before the Most High bring upon this earth the things that we're reading about. You can't avoid it. It's going to happen, just a matter of where you're going to be at when it does happen. And where you're going to be at with the Most High when this go down. Well, he told us, you know it's happening. You know it's going to happen. So you have an opportunity now to get yourself together, as it tells us in Zephaniah 2 and 1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired. So we ain't even no nation. How we a nation? We all scattered, even amongst ourselves. We can't come together. Do nothing. Say, gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the Most High come upon you, before the day of the Most High's anger come upon you. See? It says, seek ye the Most High, all ye meek of the earth. So we got to seek the Most High, because we the meek of the earth. Which have wrought his judgment. We the only ones that wrought the judgment of the Most High. Seek righteousness. Seek to follow the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Seek righteousness. Seek meekness. Humility. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Most High's anger. You see? It might be that we could be hid in the day of the Most High's anger. See? That's where you want to be hid. In the day when the Most High bring forth his anger. Just where you want to be, Israel. Isaiah 26 and 20. When he bring his anger. Say, come my people. 12 tribes of Israel, 1/3, mind you. Enter thou into thy chambers. We want to enter into these ships. These IFOs, identified flying objects, coming to deal with us. And shut thy doors about thee. hide thyself as it were for a little moment. Say, hide ourselves as it was for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. See? Till he bring the indignation that we're speaking of and have read about in 1 hour when the Mashiach come to judge and make war, till it overpass. For behold, the Most High Mashiach cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth. Why? For their iniquity, for breaking the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. So the Most High going to see all this blood that have been shed of his holy people, the 12 tribes of Israel. And there's going to be a payment, a judgment upon those that have done this, as it is written. Just like he gave us. That's why it says, look, Isaiah, Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Psalms 147, 19 and 20. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. So the statutes and judgment have not been given to these other nations. And as for his judgments, they, who are these other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, have not known them. Praise ye the Most High. See? So that's what we're reading about, the judgment that's coming to these other nations, because they have not known the judgment of the Most High. But they're going to know the judgment of the Most High as Israel is set up to rule forever and ever and ever. But see, we don't consider that which is written. Going back to Obadiah. In verse 7, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They're going to go against America and Esau. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There was none understanding in him. Ain't going to be no understanding when this go down. Oh, you think you got away? No. The Most High say ain't going to be no understanding in them at all. All they're going to understand is what it is that they have to follow, and that is the word of the Most High. And that's Mashiach Yahushua, who is the word of the Most High, is going to give it to you. Exactly what you got to do to please the Most High. So when you go to Ezekiel 38, it says, and the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog, the chief priest of the Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And say, thus say the Most High Power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, and chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. He gonna control what they're doing. You put hooks in someone's jaws, you control them. And I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, and all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, modern day swords and missiles. So Russia, he gonna put hooks in their jaws. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. See, everybody together now. Gomer, France, and all his bands, all his armies in the house of Togarmah, Germany of the North Quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Many people with thee. China gonna be involved with it too. Be thou prepared and prepared for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled with unto thee, and be thou a guard to them. See, after many days thou shalt be visited in the latter years, and we're in the last days. Thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, like America. Killed over 77 million so-called North American Indians with that Gatling gun. And poisonous. And gave us diseases and so forth. And is gathered out of many people. I mean, what more people is gathered in this great melting pot of America with all nations? Against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Thou that ascend, thou shalt ascend and come in like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands, all thy armies, and many people with thee, all these nations with them. Thus said the Most High Power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall the things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. Things will come in their minds telling you how they're going to think evil. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, right in America. No security, right? No security. You can build that wall all you want to. There ain't going to be no security for America. This is an unwalled village. They already in here. Everybody, all the terrorists, everybody concerned about already here. They already living here. I will go to them that are at rest, see? They're at ease. They living in pleasures. That dwell safely. All of them dwelling without walls, meaning without the proper security, and having neither bars nor gates. Let you know, ain't no security here. To take a spoil, to rob them, and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, and dwell in the midst of the land. Verse 14, therefore, son of man, prophesy and say unto God, thus said the Most High Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, in that day, when my people of Israel dwelleth safely, shalt thou not know it. And thou shalt come from thy place out of the north parts, thou and many people with thee. All these nations gathered together with Russia. All of them riding upon horses in great company in a mighty army. And thou shalt come up against my people of Israel as a cloud to cover the land. It shall be in the latter days, and I will bring thee against my land, that the heathen may know me, when I shall be sanctified in thee, O God, before their eyes. I'm gonna sanctify myself in them, before their eyes, to make them do what the Most High gonna have them do. Thus said the Most High Power, art thou he of whom I have spoken in old time by my servants, the prophets of Israel, which prophesied in those days many years that I would bring thee against them? And it shall come to pass at the same time when God shall come against the land of Israel, said the Most High Power, that my fury shall come up in my face. When they're going to go against the land of Israel. And the fury of the Most High going to come up in his face, for in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel. Most High going to bring the missiles right into the land of Israel. A great shaking, so that the fishes of the sea and the fowls of the heaven, the fish of the sea and the birds of the sky and the beasts of the field, and all creeping things that creep upon the earth, even the insects, and all the men that are upon the face of the earth shall shake at my presence. And the mountains shall be thrown down, and the steep places shall fall, and every wall shall fall to the ground. That's why Mashkal Shadi asked the Mashkal Shadi about this in the land of Israel. Go to St. John, the 14th chapter, first verse. I believe it. Let's see. No, that's not it. Go to Matthew 24 and 1. Matthew 24 and 1. Let's see if that's what I want. Yeah. Matthew 24 and 1. And Mashiach went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him to show him the buildings of the temple. The buildings of the temple in Israel. And Mashiach said unto them, See See ye not all these things? See all these temples being built? Verily, truly I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. That's what he's telling us. Ain't gonna be a stone left upon a stone that shall not be thrown down. That's what we're reading about. Right here. There's gonna be a great shaking in the land of Israel. In Ezekiel 38th chapter. Verse 21 of Ezekiel 38. And I will call for a sword against him throughout all my mountains, said the Most High Power. Every man's sword shall be against his brother. And I will plead against him with pestilence and with blood, and I will rain upon him, and upon his bands, upon his armies, and upon the many people that are with him, an overflowing rain, and great hailstones, fire and brimstone. Thus will I magnify myself and sanctify myself, and I will be known in the eyes of many nations, and they shall know that I am the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua. So we're going to have him do this, but remember, Mashiach Yahushua, he said, hey, what if I come and the fire's already kindled? No, he's coming and destroy them in 1 hour. So they're going to do a little damage, but he's going to do the most. Because he's going to come back and do what he's going to do. That's how it's going down. So going back to Obadiah. Verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed. They're going to be confused to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. See? Every one of them going to be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. For the violence against we, the children of Israel, they're going to be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried him away captive, carried away his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. So our brother Esau, he was as one of them. That's what he did. One case scenario, when the Chaldeans came in, the Babylonians, the Ethiopians came with King Nebuchadnezzar. This is what they did in 1 Ezra, the 4th chapter, the 45th verse. In the Apocrypha. It says, thou also hast vowed, it's on page 5. Say, thou also hast vowed to build up the temple which the Edomites burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldeans. This is what they did. They burned down our place of worship. So we couldn't go in to worship our power. And see, they know that keeping us in iniquity